Hey guys, how's it going? This is Mike from M&R Automotive. Today we have a Subaru Forester and we're installing the M&R 30-inch Pro Series light bar. Offers powerful white light as well as amber DRL. Alright, first thing we're going to do is remove these 6 push pins. So the way you do it, just get a pry tool underneath, pop the pin up and just take it out. 3. Pretty simple, right? Alright, now we're going to get all the clips around the bottom, and that should release the bumper from the front. There's also one clip on each of the fenders where the fender meets the bumper, and we're just going to pry it out. It's the same type of clip. There you go. I opened it and just pull it out. So after 2 of these are removed, one on driver, one on passenger side, so we're just trying to unclip this line here. See, comes out fairly easy. So now we're just unclipping. And there's 2 wiring harnesses, one on each side. And if you look in here, you can reach in, press the tab, and take it out. Okay, so now that we have the bumper removed, let's go ahead and install it. You do get a driver's side bracket as well as the passenger. Notice that the bend is on the outside of the hole, and then these are the bolts that we're going to use to thread the M&R brackets through. So now we're going to remove the driver's side bolt. We're going to thread it through the M&R bracket, and we're going to go ahead and reinstall it. And we're going to do the same thing on the passenger side. So now I'm going to go ahead and use supplied hardware to thread the side bolts through the M&R bracket. Notice that these bolts we only finger tightened. After we get the light bar through the M&R bracket and angle it properly, we'll go ahead and make the final tie downs of the bolt. So now we're going to go ahead and tie the main bolt that holds the bracket. Okay, so what I want to do, I want to go ahead and thread the wire and pass it through here, so that way it'll come out and I can take it in the engine bay before we put on the front bumper. Now that we got the wiring in the engine bay and everything's mounted, we're going to go ahead and put the bumper back on and connect the wiring. So for this light bar install, I purchased a wireless wiring harness on Amazon. And it only controls 2 power sources, so you could actually get the same wiring harness to control the main white light feature as well as the amber DRL. M&R does sell a wireless wiring harness, but that one you get 8 different ones, so I wanted to show you a different resource that you guys can use. I'll put a link in the description below. There's 2 ways of using this wiring harness. The first way is a little bit more challenging way, is taking these physical buttons inside the cab through the firewall. We're not going to be doing that because it takes a lot of effort, and we choose to go the wireless route. So I'm going to go ahead and disconnect it all together, and we're going to be able to use the wiring harness using this remote. So we're going to get a power for the positive lead on the wiring harness. That's the one that has a fuse here. Let's make sure there's a fuse in here. It's a 30 amp fuse, which is great. I'll go ahead and loosen this bolt. I'm going to slide it through the wiring harness, through the eyelid of the harness. And then I'm going to thread that bolt back in. I'm going to do the same thing on the ground. There's a grounding strap eyelid. I'm going to put it through the eyelid. The wireless wiring harness has 2 power wires. One is the main power wire, and the second one is the accessory power wire. So we went ahead and connected both of them on the positive terminal, as well as both of the black ones on the negative terminal. The light bar comes with 3 wires. There's the black, which is the ground, the red, which is the main power for the white light, blue wire, which is the amber DRL. We will have to provide 2 different power sources and 1 ground. The wiring harness also has 3 wires. There's a black, red, and yellow. We're gonna go red to red, black to black, and yellow to blue, and that's gonna power the second function, which is the amber DRL. So we're gonna crimp red to red. We're gonna crimp black to black, and we're gonna crimp the blue wire to the yellow wire. So now let's go ahead and test it. Now that we got everything wired up, let's go ahead and test it out. This is the powerful white light, and it also offers amber DRL capability. Thank you guys for watching. I know you're gonna love the product, and please join us in our adventures and light output videos.